The free-to-play game mode is still some of my favorite content in old school RuneScape. So here's the challenge. We're going to be building 10 trophy free-to-play accounts to eventually bank stand one day and confuse the shit out of everyone. We're looking to complete a list of goals and unlocks and do it entirely in free-to-play. No donations, no money from a main, no breaking TOS. My name is JacobOSRS, and this is my journey. So I got all the free-to-play boys here in Ferox. I was just refreshing my prayer and run energy and everything. I've actually been doing some beginners here now. I'm still star mining, crazy enough. I'm getting close to another mining level. This is the first account, and then if we show the inventories of all the accounts, so that's 150 beginner clues total, 15 per account. Of course, that's nothing, and how many we're going to need total, that's, I guess, 1/40th. If I'm not mistaken? Yeah, 1/40th of the grind, so 2.5% complete. So I just thought I would break down a little bit of math here. If we look at the inventories of all the accounts, we have about 18,200 dust per account if we factor out the free dust that we get from discovery bonuses. So if you don't know, when you're the first person to find a star, if you prospect it and you get the discovery bonus, it means that for the next 300 dust that you mine, you get 2 instead of 1. But you don't get XP for that extra dust. So if we factor that out, 18,200 dust per account, that means that we're getting 1 clue every 1,213 dust on average. That 1,213 dust is giving us 19,408 XP, meaning that at our current level, 85 mining with 41k XP to go until 86. If we were to continue forward all the way to 99 mining following this same pattern, we would complete 488 more beginner clues for a total of 503, including the 15 we already have completed. I really should have been doing clue scrolls the entire time because it sort of occurred to me after the 85 mining grind that mining stars specifically is one of the best tasks you can be doing, because you can have all of your beginner clue stuff in the inventory. I don't have to go to the bank every single time, and star mining requires little to no inventory to do. So this is a super convenient way for me to be doing clue scrolls, and I'm just going to keep doing this for a while and keep going on mining. So I've actually been mining stars long enough now that we've hit another mining level 86 on this account, and then if you see all of the other accounts, we've hit level 86 as well. And most of the accounts have another beginner clue to do, with the exception of number 4 right now. And then that will be the 18th set of beginner clues that we will have done. So I'm here at the Grand Exchange. Unlike the Hive Mind series that I made all those years ago, or any of the other accounts I've ever played, I think this is the first time that I have a series going where my accounts are just kind of openly free to trade and use the Grand Exchange. I have somewhere around 8 or 9 mil liquid cash to work with, and I have 3 Grand Exchange slots per account, so I think I'm actually going to try something super simple, like buying items and selling them. These are just going to be bulk items that are extremely cheap, and I would like to shout out Ojama Gerrits OSRS for this. He has a whole series on which items you should be flipping in free-to-play. Alright, well, I've put 500k into the GE on all 10 of the accounts, 5 mil invested in total. These 3 items are the items I've picked on all 10 accounts, so I'll occasionally come back to this and see how these perform. Alright, there is 20 clues on this account, and if we go like, that's 20 clues on all of the accounts. So yeah, we're really grinding along. I'm also still at the Dwarven Mines here on my UIM. So just like that, that is all of my nature runes used on the UIM. Got us to level 62 mining and 61 smithing, level 71 magic. That's huge. I'm fucked up recording actually doing the event, but I just got the zombie dance emote from doing the Gravedigger random. I'm pretty sure I have this unlocked on all the accounts now. I didn't previously have that. This was the last zombie event emote that I needed. There, as you can see, I now have all of the zombie emotes complete, so we can check that off the list. There's another item completed. We never have to do another zombie random. Alright, and now with handing in this trout to our boy Charlie, we've secured 25 beginner caskets. That's 25 beginner caskets on account number 10, and that's also 25 beginner caskets on every single account. It's crazy to me to think that I once upon a time did a 250 caskets opening on my HiveMind accounts in free-to-play all those years ago, and that felt like a really big grind. But in this series, right now, honestly, with these 25 caskets per account, I feel like I'm just getting started. I decided to put away all of my star mining stuff for a minute here just to buy Chronicle charges. I went ahead and bought 500 charges on all accounts, so hopefully that should last me a while. Alright, I just finished another beginner clue set on all of my accounts here. We'll show the inventories. We're at 33 beginner clues per account. I have been keeping the dust separate from the dust that I had previously from mining to level 85 because I wanted to keep tracking the comparison between dust and beginner clue casket completions. So running the numbers again, we got about 404,000 dust total, factoring out the dust we got from discovery bonuses. That's about 40,400 dust per account. That makes that 1,224 dust per casket to obtain each casket. That's 19,584 XP gained in mining per casket, meaning if we continue forward at the rate we're going all the way to 99, we'll get 465 more completions. That plus the ones we already have for 498 total caskets. So one thing that's worth noting is that I'm not doing these clues immediately as I'm getting them. I'm waiting for all 10 accounts to have a clue and then doing all 10 at the same time. If I were doing them immediately as I was getting them, I would be getting a lot more clue completions done overall, but the accounts would have a different number of completions and they would be progressing forward at different rates. So whilst I was star scouting at Crandor, I ran into a player that had 5,000 Bryophyta kills. They said apparently they had 1,200 more keys in the inventory that they'd been farming. As of the time of editing this video, this player is currently sitting at rank 2 at Bryophyta, so that's pretty cool. Alright, we're back with 50 reward caskets now on this account, 223,000 Stardust, that's pretty insane. 50 reward caskets on that account, and 50 reward caskets in the inventory of every single account. I just did my 50th beginner clue for 500 beginner clues total. Isn't that fucking insane? Like, how many YouTubers you know can just casually whip together 500 beginner clues like that? Nobody. You know why? Because nobody does beginner clues. Because why the fuck would you? They're garbage. But they're the best we got in free-to-play, so I'm gonna keep sending this. So I'm here at the Grand Exchange. It has been 7 days exactly since I put in my offers. On this account they all bought, and on a bunch of the accounts they all bought, but not quite all of them. I am going to claim all of my shit, put it all back in for the new listed prices, and this is probably going to have to sit for honestly an entire month to sell this back off, but we'll see how long it takes. Alright, I relisted everything back in as sell offers now. And as you can see, some of the runes are already selling away pretty quick. I think the Pure Essence is going to take a lot longer to get rid of. And how about drop a subscribe if you like my I've been regretting needing to talk about this, but on the UIM, we got to make a big decision here. You see, I'm on the 70 crafting grind right now, and I want every inventory slot I can get, ideally. If I hang on to a Lederhosen hat, a Lederhosen shorts, and if I get the Lederhosen top from the Forester random event, then every time I complete that in the future, it will give me a experience lamp. Unfortunately, this shaman mask is for the ground. I'll have to just go back and get one in the future, but I'm not really trying to keep that inventory slot tied up forever, so. They're only 1 in 1,200 from Ogress Warriors, so it's not really the end of the world having to go back and reclaim that later on. 60 beginner clues completed on all of the free-to-play boys. If you look at the inventories, 60 clues, every guy. That's 10% of the way done. That's feeling pretty good. Oh, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Got it. Demon Feet, first unique. Hey, that's pretty cool.
So much power. Wow. That's turning away from it. Think about this.
No way, he tells me I'll record that. Anyway, we just got the Mime top and Mime boots from the Mime random event, and I'm getting pretty close. Yeah, so that's the full outfit on this account. and that's the full emotes on this account as well. This account is done with mimes. Quite a few of the accounts are getting close to being done with mimes, so I'm gonna have to make a run to the bank to deposit these. So I'm here at the maple trees. I got 65 woodcutting and 65 fire making. I'll go ahead and show, yeah, there's the 2 other accounts there, but all 10 of these accounts reach level 65 woodcutting. You can see it like that. And so now I'm gonna go back to the mining. I did that 1 hour uncut of woodcutting fire making, and it leveled me up to 61, so I just had to round it off. Just got the glass box emote on the 9th account here. That's another, that should be all the emotes done on this account, I think. And then if we go to the collection log as well, let's check the outfit on this guy. This guy's the outfit done as well. So that's number 9 account is done with the mime event. So I was at the star here, just getting on our way to level 89 mining, and somebody says, oh my god, it's Jacon, which I'm assuming means Jacob. Yo, how it goes? I want to be in your next YouTube vid! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. So, there you go. You're in my next YouTube vid. So this is probably pretty hard for you to see. It's probably pretty small, but that is level 89 on all 10 of the free-to-play boys. 89 mining there. 1 more mining level to go. We're sitting at 77 beginner caskets as it currently stands. So after I had a look at my previous clips, it looks like it took me 7 days to buy all of these resources in the Grand Exchange, and then after relisting the sell offers, it took a further 17 days for them to resell, for 24 days in total. Now I don't flip items in the GE very much. It's not something I enjoy doing, so I wanted to be able to invest in a large quantity of bulk items all at once and not have to spend time checking them daily. I invested 4.6 mil total into runes and pure essence, and I profited about 1.9 million GP. Now 1.9 million GP might not seem like much over the course of a 24-day buy and sell cycle, but considering that it took me about 10 minutes of work for all the steps of the process, that easily makes this over 10 mil per hour for the active work you're doing. Obviously this is heavily time gated with only 10 accounts, but it's pretty much free side money if you don't mind having Grand Exchange slots locked up with long-term offers. Once again, I would like to throw a shout out to Ojama Gerrits OSRS for this. He's a really great guy for all this flipping advice. If you're free to play, you want to make some side money, check his shit out, it's great. So I have done effectively 880 beginner clues at this point, and I'm about to do 10 more, and I have only now learned that you can just pre-buy these items for the Charlie and the Tramp steps. I was going and getting the items every time. To be fair, I've known probably for a couple weeks now, but my Grand Exchanges were like stuffed up with all of those offers I was trying to get for those cool flips, and I didn't really want to ruin that, so I just didn't have access to the Grand Exchange for like a solid month. I'm actually sitting at 44 XP away from level 90 mining on this account, and on every other account as well I'm sitting pretty close to that mining level. And there we go, that is the mining level achieved on every single account. If we look at it like this, we got the level up screen, level 90 mining on 10 accounts, goddamn. I never thought I could ever achieve something like this in free to play, but the star mining update makes it a lot easier for sure. Well, I've got 99 beginner clue caskets in the inventory here on free to play Jacob 1. I've got the 100th in the inventory, the other guy here, number 2, who just solved his clue here. And there we go. That is 100 caskets complete on this account, and that's 100 caskets complete on every account. So if I show you the 10 inventories, that's what we're looking at right now. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Almost 300,000 Stardust on every account. Well, I didn't just get 85 mining in the last video so that I could spend another month mining stars. I got 85 mining for mining rune rocks in the wilderness, and on top of that, I also killed a lot of other people mining rune rocks in the wilderness. So, for a little bit of context, this account is my defense tank account. Yes, I know, surprise, surprise, another account. This account is particularly useful for finding fights and scouting what's going on and whatnot, because there really just isn't a lot of great ways to kill an account like this, especially in free-to-play. So I use this account a lot to bait people into fights or just to scout targets. In this clip, I straight up forgot to gear like most of my accounts, so good thing this guy was low enough level that I was able to just punch him to death. Of course, we were also banking tons of rune ores during this whole process. So some of these clips were recorded with a friend of mine named RaiseWorks, who also has a bunch of accounts. He makes videos on YouTube about Minecraft, not about RuneScape, so if you're interested in that, I'll link his channel. Anyway, so any of these clips where you see a whole bunch of accounts outlined in purple with the player indicators plugin, that's his account, so we were just sort of taking over the deep wilderness. This guy came right back on the same world, so we just killed him again. I didn't just check the rune rocks, of course, though. I also decided to check Anakarl quite a bit. I also decided to check the nature runes spawn south of the demonic runes. I didn't find anybody grabbing the nature runes, however I did find a lot of members accounts hopping around north of the Callisto's Den. I guess these guys think that they're safe in free-to-play worlds, however you can't drink brews or eat karambwans in free-to-play, so these guys are absolutely free kills. Unfortunately you can't PK their members' gear though. Now during this fight, my account recording the fight ended up dying and being sent to Lumbridge, so I have to change my recording POV mid-fight. This really illustrates some of the difficulty that I have actually just recording these fights in a way that's entertaining for you guys. I'd like to give a massive thank you to all of you guys who've been watching my videos. You know, twice in a row now, we've had our most viewed video. Hopefully we can top our record again. So drop a like, drop a subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time, everyone. Happy scaping. Peace out.